Hello and welcome to Canada Homestay Network Pre-Arrival Orientation. My name's Raymond Coe and I'm your Relationship Manager in Edmonton. My role is to provide student orientation, just like this one, and support you in your adjustment to life in Canada. As an RM, I'm also here to provide support to both host families and students with homestay problems. Please be sure to contact me by email or by phone if you have any questions or concerns during your homestay. The purpose of this presentation is 1. To help prepare for your arrival in Canada. 2. To help you better understand what to expect for your homestay experience. And 3. To go over important documents and information related to your homestay experience. Before you arrive, send your host family an email to introduce yourself and say hello. They'll love to hear from you and get to know you a little bit before they meet you in person. Second, you can also check your busing route to and from school using tools like Google Maps. Of course, after you arrive, your host family will show you how to take the local public bus or train. Third, be sure to budget for your bus pass and Canadian cell phone plan. Your host family will also assist you with getting a bus pass or Canadian cell phone number. Fourth, let us know if you're taking special medication for allergies or other reasons. And if you're bringing medicine to Canada, please make sure you have enough for your needs during your stay. Also, if you need prescription refilled in Canada, a medical prescription from your doctor in English may be helpful. Later on, we'll review and discuss the required documents for a CHN. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. This is one of the most important documents that you'll receive from CHN. It's called the Student Participation Agreement, or SPA. It's basically a contract or promise between you and CHN. The SPA outlines what's expected of you during your homestay to ensure your safety and well-being. When you sign the SPA, you've agreed to follow CHN rules and expectations. We refer to this document in case you break any rules. Read the SPA carefully before arriving to see what's expected of you. We'll need you and your parents to sign and date the SPA and return it to us before you arrive. This slide summarizes the key points of the SPA. The first is respect. Canada is one of the most multicultural countries in the world. Since diversity is an important part of Canada's history, your host families are expected to vary in their ethnic and language backgrounds, religion, gender, and family structure. Who's a Canadian? What do Canadians look like? How do Canadians talk? There's no one answer. We're all diverse, and CHN is proud to have host families as diverse as our population. We expect you to embrace and respect this diversity. Therefore, please come with realistic expectations about your host families. For example, don't expect the food to be like your home. Don't expect the customs in your homestay will be the same. There are many things in homestay that will be different from what you're used to in your own home. Respect also means making an effort to observe each family's traditions, spending time with your host family, participating in family dinners, communicating, and helping out at home. It also means treating your host family's home and belongings with respect. This includes keeping your bedroom, bathroom, and toilet clean, doing your own laundry, and eating the meals you serve. This is your host family's house, not yours. The second key point is curfew. On school nights, we expect you to be home by 6 p.m., except when engaging in extracurricular activities at school. We expect you to enjoy a meal and conversation with your host family. This is an important part of the homestay experience. And on non-school nights, you should be home by 10 or 11 p.m. Every host family is different, so talk to them about what time they want you to be home. Curfews are in place for your own safety. We also want you to get enough sleep or rest and show respect to your host family by not disturbing them late at night. Curfews also include the use of the internet and electronic devices. There should be no use between 11 p.m. and 7 a.m. The third important point is school. In order to participate in the homestay program, you must be in good academic standing. We want you to go to school every day and get good grades. Going to school, attending your classes, and completing your homework and assignments are important to continue in the homestay program. The next key point is communication. Please respond when you're contacted by your RM or your host family. And the final key point is don'ts. This means obeying the laws of Canada. As a minor student, there is absolutely no smoking, no drugs, no sexual behavior, and no driving. If you break any of these rules, you'll be asked to leave the homestay program. Another important document that you'll see during your homestay is the Activity Authorization Form, or AAF. This form is used whenever you want to do an activity like sleepovers or travel with or without your host family or school. When you will be spending time outside your homestay, we need your parents, your host family, and you to sign the form. And if you're going to miss school, you'll need your school coordinator to sign the AAF as well. We normally ask for the form to be completed 2 weeks before the activity starts. Please talk to me if you're not sure how to complete this form. Your host family can also help you if you have any questions. As mentioned earlier, each homestay family is different. Don't compare host families, but learn to adapt to the different circumstances of each homestay. Each family has different foods, different routines, different customs, and different house rules. However, each homestay will provide you with your own private bedroom, wardrobe or closet, study space, and Wi-Fi. Remember that homestay is not a hotel stay. It's important that you participate in your host family's activities. Remember, you're not a guest. You're a member of the family. What does this mean? As a member of the family, you're expected to help in a variety of ways. For example, washing the dishes, clearing the tables after meals, throwing out the garbage, keeping your room and bathroom clean, etc. Each family has different house rules, so talk with your host family and ask them to explain to you what their rules are. And be sure to ask questions if you don't understand. As I said before, Canadians come from all over the world, but we're all Canadians. Diversity is a part of Canadian culture, history, and identity. You'll experience many new things while studying abroad, such as people, food, customs, weather, etc. The experience will be different for everyone. Homestay is a home away from home and learning in a safe, secure family environment. Your host will welcome you as a member of their family and help you adjust to Canada. However, they're not your personal driver, your housekeeper, your tour guide, or entertainer. Please understand this. This slide is about homestay meals. You'll probably be expected to prepare your own breakfast and lunch on school days. Your host family will prepare the ingredients and tell you where to find them and what to use. In Canada, most breakfasts and lunches are small and cold. And for dinner, most families usually prepare a hot meal. Dinner time is usually between 5:30 and 7. Of course, every family is different, and this isn't always the case. Dinner is usually eaten together with your host family. Talking about what happened that day and communicating with your host family will help you improve your English. We expect you to have dinner with your host families. If you're going to be home late or will be having dinner with your host family, please make sure to tell them. Or if you want to have dinner after you come home, let them know that you would like them to save you your dinner when you come home. Another important thing to remember before arriving in Canada is to be prepared to dress appropriately for the season, especially for winter. Winter is quite cold in Edmonton from November to the end of February. And if it's a particularly bad season, it can be cold until early March. You'll need to pack warm clothing and waterproof outerwear. Ideally, warm clothing should be hooded and wind and snow resistant. You'll need long sleeve shirts and sweaters that can be layered. You'll also need some mittens and gloves, scarves, and earmuffs as well. In addition, you'll need to prepare thermal underwear, thick socks, and winter boots or shoes. Your host family will help you purchase appropriate winter clothing during your stay. Next, I'd like to talk about medical insurance. All students are required to have health insurance while enrolled in the Homestay program. The Edmonton Catholic School Board will provide this for you. Please check with your insurance provider before you arrive in Canada to see when and what you'll be covered. In Canada, large hospitals and emergency wards provide treatment for severe illnesses and life-threatening injuries only. Wait times at hospitals and emergency wards can be very long. For non-emergency health issues, you can go to walk-in clinics. Again, your host family can help you make an appointment at a walk-in clinic. So tell your host family if you need to see a doctor. Finally, here are some tips to help you have a better homestay experience. First, don't compare yourself with other homestays. Remember that every host family is different, but there's no good or bad. Second, always communicate. Communication is the key to a better homestay experience. If you don't talk, no one will understand what you need and we can't help you. Third, be open-minded and accepting of many new things. Try new things such as food you've never eaten before or experiences you've never had. There are many things you can try in Canada. Participate with an open mind, an open heart, and a curious mind. Next, make sure to submit your AAF 2 weeks in advance. And if your RM contacts you for a meeting or appointment, please respond right away. Next, if you have a request, ask politely. Using simple phrases such as please or thank you is very important in Canada. Contact us anytime you need our help or support. I'm here to help you. Also, always take care of your own physical and mental well-being. It's important that you stay well and healthy. And finally, please review the contents of the SPA and understand what's expected of you. To the natural parents, we want you to know that CHN is committed to your child's welfare during their homestay with us. We are their custodian and want to make sure your child is in a safe, secure, and warm family environment. Whenever problems arise, we serve as mediators between your child, their host families, and their agents. Please make sure to only communicate with us through your agent and not directly with the host family to avoid any misunderstandings or miscommunication due to language or cultural differences. As an RM, we also meet your child at least once a semester and send you a report about their well-being. You can help us by encouraging your child to connect with your host family, teachers, and friends. In closing, when you arrive in Edmonton, I will organize another orientation to review some of the important things about Homestay. Talk to your host families when you arrive and ask them to explain to you their household rules. Please make sure to carry with you your CHN contact information in case you need to reach out to us. And finally, we look forward to welcoming you to Canada and Edmonton. Thank you, and we'll see you soon.